Okay, hello and welcome to the BIM Coffee Lounge hosted by Tridify. I'm Casey and I'm very happy to welcome you to my very Scandinavian home. Very white background. Don't adjust your screen, that is actually what it looks like. And I have here with me my very favorite coffee mug, which I alluded to earlier. The reason it's my favorite is my brother bought it for me, and it highlights my journey from my home in New Jersey to my new home in Finland, which is where I live now. And so it's exciting to have the opportunity to talk to so many people all throughout the world from this very northern part. And joining me for our conversation today about Tridify and about our new commenting feature in our BIM Viewer is my colleague, Jukka.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So Jukka's here with me. His title is Head of Product, and what that means is that he is an essential tool, an essential resource on our team. He provides all of the really critical technological components and know-how, supports me and the sales department, and makes sure that our customers are getting everything that they need. So awesome to have you here, Jukka. Welcome.
Thank you, Casey.
So to get started, I'm gonna just pop over here and share with you the agenda. We plan to be going for about 20 to 30 minutes today, no longer than that, I promise, but hopefully you can stick with us for the full ride. So here's what we plan to do. First, we'll just do a quick review of Tridify, what we offer currently, our services, including the viewer, our BIM to VR, and our upcoming BIM streaming. We'll also have a quick conversation with our CEO, Alex, who will give a little bit more feedback onto the why of our commenting tool and what we hope that it will help our customers to accomplish. And then we'll get to kind of jump right into a live model, and Jukka will support me there and walk through the model and show us exactly how the commenting tool works. And of course, if you have any questions, we are absolutely here to answer them. So that's the most important thing for us. So if you happen to look over to the right side of your screen, you'll see a couple options. One is chat, where my friend Sonia is keeping up with everybody. In addition to that, there's questions. So if you do have a particular question for myself or for Jukka regarding Tridify or the commenting tool, please post it there and we'll try to get it answered for you. Right after that is the polls tab, and that is where we have a couple of questions ready set for the group. So if you can offer your feedback there for us, it would be a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about you and more about what you'd like to see here during our BIM Coffee Lounges. And we'll wrap up the session today with a quick coffee vinky, which is Finnish for coffee tip. And again, since we're in the lounge, we thought we would visit one of our local roasteries here in Finland. Finns are the highest consumers of coffee in the world, so it's only fitting that they should know how to roast their own coffee. So we'll meet with one of them and offer you some good insights and tips on making the good cup of coffee. So I think I covered everything. Now let's jump over to a quick review of what Tridify is all about, and I'm going to offer you video that kind of covers all the details. Here we go. Great. So one of the features of that video was the work that we did with Hospital Nova, which is here in Finland. So we had an opportunity to work with them converting their BIM models to VR goggles, which they then used to assist their end users in the building design in the pre-construction phase of the process. So that was a pretty awesome experience. And one of the things I wanted to highlight for everyone as we move forward, for our team, I think open standards is really what we've decided is absolutely the way to go as far as AEC design technology. For us, we feel that if we're able to bring these tools to the cloud and make them a little bit easier for everyone to use and more accessible, then it's going to be the best way to bring technology to the AEC industry and get it to be adopted more easily and to be used more frequently. So you can kind of keep that in mind as we're going through. That's really where our focus is. So next we'll get to listen to a little bit of feedback from our CEO, Alex. Again, I met with him a little bit earlier and we recorded our conversation. So happy to share it with you and can hear a little bit about what Alex is hoping that you as our customers will be able to do with the tool. Thank you so much for joining us today, Alex. I appreciate it. What I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to talk about a little bit was our commenting tool. So I know right now our team has really been putting a lot of effort into bringing the BIM streaming to market, but we've also prioritized the commenting tool for our BIM viewer. And I want to understand a little bit better about why that's so important to us.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right. We have been pushing two things at the same time, and I think that it's very important to get the BIM streaming out so that we're able to get support for the large models and the viewing experience. But at the same time, we have obviously our legacy product that has a lot of useful tools as well, and we have gathered during the last year a lot of feedback and the development that we are doing at the moment are really kind of in response to what our customers say. So it's not only about having an IFC one direction, kind of experience where you can view and push the kind of links to the end users and the non-technical stakeholders, but as well using the Bcf to kind of bring it back, the feedback from the, for instance, site or from the project teams and get that feedback through a commenting tool back into the kind of BIM software, and that way speed up the whole design process and get the feedbacks faster.
Okay, got it. So the BCF standards is really the behind the scenes component of the commenting tool. And I have a feeling that's a little bit more on the technical side, probably set up for our developers. But when we were designing the commenting tool, who exactly did we have in mind? Was it the developer side or the user side?
Yes, no, so that's true. So in reality, BCF is really just an open standard that allows you to kind of use the comments in any existing BIM software. So we're using open standards so that it's compatible with many different softwares. And what we have been focusing is really, to push the BIM and extend the reach and the value of the BIM to non-technical stakeholders and eventually also to end users, for instance, when you're planning city and environment, so that you can get the end users even to give feedback on different things. And that way, our key priority has really been to keep the user experience very simple in comparison to BIM software, where you have to onboard a user for hundreds of hours in order to kind of get the user to actually effectively use it. We're targeting really like 10 minutes for the viewer and really like just a few minutes for kind of starting to use the tool. So user experience is really important, as well as just getting the comments into those software that you are already using, so that you don't have to kind of go outside of that.
Okay, got it. And speaking to the software part of it, I've heard our team mentioning quite a bit about this loop that they want the commenting tool to be an active part of. So it's something to do with the workflow and how the tool is going to be very useful going back to design, but then also going forward. And I know that's something that we're sort of focused on now. So how do you envision this working, and what is the loop all about exactly?
Yes, that's a good question, and I can try to answer as much as I can tell you at the moment. But basically, we have really been kind of collaborating with other software vendors as well, and see what kind of additional value we can bring to the IFC experience. And by using BCF, we can not only kind of get the feedback from the field in terms of comments and retrieve those into the software, but we can also do things like, for instance, clash detection, and we can do issue management, and we can push it from the BIM to the site, for instance, and then we can also generate issues at the site and push it back into the kind of the BIM management team. So it's really about the loop, and then you can add comments, and as we're using the BCF, which is an open standard, it allows for many different things to be communicated inside of that standard back. So for instance, in the future, also potentially pictures and these things that are useful in that. So really pushing the kind of the limits of what can be shared and how you can retrieve the feedback and speed up the process of collaboration.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I appreciate all of the insight that you shared with us and giving us a little bit of a behind the scenes as to why we're doing what we're doing. Next, we're going to have a conversation with Jukka, our head of product, and then we'll have a chance to ask some more technical questions and understand exactly how the features work.
That sounds excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. So pretty cool to be able to share that conversation with Alex, because he's all the way in Dubai. So from Dubai to Finland to you. Two big points that I just wanted to highlight for everyone. As we've been going through this process, this has become really key for me. One is that BCF is incredibly powerful tool. So you can just imagine that you want to give all this feedback and collect information from your partners or your clients, but by using BCF, you're keeping everything within the original model. So this is not like viewing a model and then going to your email and sending notes, or doing a print screen of an image and then sending it as a PDF, and having all of this mixed messaging and all this other stuff happening. It saves a lot of time, it saves a lot of effort, keeps everything where you can find it. So I just think it's a really awesome solution. And then the other part of it is that for us, the commenting tool needed to be really user-friendly. This can't be something that is very difficult or challenging to use just the first time you go into the model. You need to be able to find where it is, how to use it, and then share your feedback. Because the more complicated we make things, the less likely it is to be used. So I just wanted to point those two things out to you to keep in mind. But now I'm really excited to get Jukka involved in the conversation. So welcome to the Coffee Lounge, Jukka.
Thank you, Casey. Love to be here.
Yeah, if you're ready, let's jump in and check out one of the models.
Yeah, just to get things started, I'm going to show you guys the model itself and how the tool works. So let's see.
And as Jukka is moving along through the model, I will keep an eye on the questions, and so we'll try to get those answered for you as we're going.
Yeah. For this viewing experience, actually, I only chose the commenting tool, so we don't have any extra functionalities here, and that helps you to focus people on the issue in hand, so that they know what you are supposed to do when you get this model for yourself. So if we start with looking at what's going on the model. So I click our commenting tool, and what we can see here already that there's 3 comments. At least 3 comment threads available in here. So what we can do is just go one and see what's going on. So this is just a normal conversation what you can have in the commenting tool. So what you can do is leave a comment anywhere you like, and then people can comment on that, reply on that, and you can get the stream working like that, so everybody can comment and you can get replies and things like that.
And so each person who comments, their name is listed first, then the comment below, and then you can kind of follow the conversation.
Yeah, and you can see when they have left the comment also on the tag. Great. So if I go through the next comment, it's easy to go through all these comments straight away using the arrow keys on the tool, so you can see and reply on any of the comments. Or then, if you want to, you can actually check out all the comments from whole model and see what kind of threads are there. And if I go to this one, I already get the right thread that I can watch and talk to.
Okay, so you could sort through them through those arrows that were directly on the comment, or you have the list view, and then you can go one by one.
Yes. So if I want to create totally new comment, let's go somewhere interesting, like the downstairs part, and comment on this view. What we can do just by clicking the plus button on the commenting tool, you can add a new comment on here and say that wrong type of stairs. That's it. That's how easily you can add comments in there. So the Bcf comes next on this. So what you can do is you can download all these comments using the Bcf format, which is the BIM Collaboration Format.
Okay.
Which probably somebody already asked on the questions. So
yeah, exactly.
So the idea behind the BIM Collaboration Format is that it's exactly the same like an IFC. It's format that everybody knows how. Not everybody, every software can use to collect information like text data or 3D position data. So if I would bring this Bcf, let's say in Solibri or in Revit or ArchiCAD, I could get all these comments on the right position on the model itself. So that way you don't need to sort them out, put them in Excel or something like that, find the positions. It automatically goes in the right positions. So that's the behind scenes of the idea on the commenting tool and the Bcf format itself.
Okay, got it. So just to answer a couple of questions that came through, you mentioned that the comment is attached to the view at this point. So when you export it, it goes to that view.
Yeah, the next part what we are putting out probably in next week is you can actually select an objects on that comment. So that way you can select which part of the model is involved on the comment, and you can exactly position yourself as this exact object is wrong, or there's need to be changes or things like that. And since you have the data also, we're able on a BIM side, you can comment on that too. So
okay. And then when we were looking at the comment itself, it looks like a little Post-it note, and you have your name there. You said the time and date that you wrote it, and then the comment. And then does all of that get exported out of the viewer?
Whatever you see on here, you will get on the Revit or ArchiCAD or whatever you're using. Also, another thing, the feature that we are using for Bcf is bringing data from, let's say, automated clash detection softwares which supports Bcf. So that way you will get exactly the same view from the other side. So you will upload the Bcf on the viewer itself, and it will show you the necessary data and the problems what has occurred on that Bcf information. So issue management is really easy, and you can comment on those and bring them back again to Revit or Solibri or whatever software using on clash detection. Or
okay, so that kind of goes back to what Alex was saying about this loop, that if you were going from your design software through Tridify BIM Viewer to your clash detection and then back through again.
Exactly.
Your comments are traveling with you.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, I don't see any other questions at this moment, but if anybody else has anything they'd like to ask, absolutely you can add them to the question bar there, and we can get back to it.
Actually, there's
anything else you want to share?
Yeah, there was a question of what information can be exported with the comment. Actually, we are looking for solutions or companies that are interested on the feature itself. So like adding there might be possibility to add pictures or screenshots or whatever you like on that comment. So this is the first phase of just getting the comments out, getting the position right, and giving the information of the objects using the BCF. So next step is exactly elaborate on the situation, like adding pictures, adding videos, adding whatever you like to on the BCF, and then get it back to the software that are you using. So that's the idea.
I have one more quick question for you. Explain how to export the building from Revit to Unity. So that's kind of a big question.
Oh yeah, well that's a little bit different. Exactly. Well, the good thing is that it works exactly if you put it on this web viewer. So if you get an IFC from Revit, like you normally do, we have a link that probably Sonia, who's on the chat, can post you the straight link how to export IFCs from Revit. You do that, you push that through our system. You can either select it to download it in Unity, because we have a Unity plugin that can be get from a Unity store, or you can actually publish the same model using the web viewer. So there's no like problem to doing exactly the same thing. Once you have processed the file, you will have options to do different things, like put it in on Unity, or just publishing straight away using our web viewer. So
okay, perfect. So we do have specific instructions step by step on how to export it. We'll be able to share that with you. Sonia can support us in the chat here, or we're happy to follow up afterwards as well.
Yeah.
And one other question that popped up was regarding licenses. So I can just quickly speak to that. The way our plans are set up is it's subscription based, and so it's based more on the capacity, the amount of file size that you need. This is not a seat based subscription at all. So for every viewer that wants to see it, you don't need to have an individual license. You don't have to have any technical know-how, software, apps, anything like that. Once your team has their subscription, they share the link to the model via a messenger, like a WhatsApp or something, and then anybody who receives the link can then view it. And when you no longer want to have that link available, you can just shut it down, take it off, and then no one can access it after that any longer. So there's no big cost associated with that. All right. Well, I think we're getting pretty close to time here. So you just pop over one more screen that I want to share with you. Okay, great. So this here, just as a quick overview of the type of plan options that we have, and we definitely invite you to go to our website and sign up for the trial yourself. Within the free trial, it's 14 days, and you can really get a chance to see all of the tools and features available in the viewer. You have access to everything. You can test it out. You can upload your own IFC file to do that, or you can use one of ours, no problem. Publish it, and then see how it works to share. But we'd also like to encourage you to sign up for our standard plan, which gives you a larger file capacity size, up to 1 gigabyte for a month. And that will really enable you to work with a bit of a larger file if you have something, or also to add multiple files to test. So for the month of November, if you sign up for the standard plan, you'll receive a 50% discount. And following the webinar today, we will send you an email with this replay of the webinar so that you can watch again or share. Also information regarding the discount and some more other resources, helpful tips and tools for you. All right. So I think that's about it. You got anything else that you can?
Yeah, there was Keith was asking about how do team members manage the project without seat licenses. So basically, there's a you get the one seat license which enables to create projects, and unfortunately he's the only one, or she's the only one who can create the project. So after you have created the project, you add people to the project. So that's how it works. And inside a project, anybody who is in the project, they can upload IFCs, they can publish, they can unpublish, they can delete files. So inside that project, so that way there's like no control over what people can do once they are inside the project. And you can add unlimited amount of people on that project. So there's no any restriction on that side too.
Right. And I know we've already talked about this, but you can include which features you'd like to share when you're sharing the model. So if, for example, you don't want to receive feedback or comments from people, you can opt not to share that and then send the model without.
Yeah, you can select any tool that we have. Everything is optional, so you just on the publishing phase, you select which tools are going to give to the viewer and create a URL from that. So that way you can control over what type of persons are going to look at and what tools they can manage. So yeah.
All right, very good. Well, first, Yuka, thank you so much for joining me today. It was great to have this opportunity to chat with you. And thank you to everyone who participated with us and for your questions, really helpful. If you enjoyed our coffee chat, we would love to have you join us again for next month. We are still deciding now about what the topic will be, so absolutely go over to the poll and let us know what is most interesting to you. But possibly we'll have the chance to talk a little bit more about our BIM streaming, which will be coming up very, very soon. And again, I'll send you an email to follow up after today with the replay, the discount info, and other resources for you to take a look at. And now I'm going to leave you with our coffee tip and say goodbye for now. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.